We ready? Okay. All right, I'll go get out. All right, so today, or tonight, I should say, some of y'all requested a review on elimination. All right, so remember, elimination, we're basically trying to get where one of our variables, which in this case is x and y, where they've got the same coefficient with opposite signs. Okay, so when you look at it, none of them had that starting off. That's a positive 2, that's a positive 4, that's a positive 5, that's a positive 2. So we're trying to make it where one of them cancels each other out. Okay, so think about it. When you're trying to decide what you're going to cancel out, think about the y's. Is there a way I can make a 2 a 5 or a 5 a 2? Yeah, but it's going to be a decimal and we don't want to do that. So now let's think about this. Is there a way I can make, because think about what cancels out a positive 4, a negative 4. Is there any way I can do something to this positive 2 to make it a negative 4? Okay, well, yeah, that's pretty easy. All I got to do is multiply 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, which would make that cancel out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the whole equation and I'm going to multiply that whole top equation by negative 2. Okay? So remember, you got to distribute that to all three terms. Okay? So what that's going to turn into is negative 2 times 2x. That's going to be negative 4x. Negative 2 times 5, or times 5y. That's going to be a negative 10y. And then negative 2 times 31 is negative 62. Now make sure y'all got calculators if you need them. Okay? Now, I don't have to do anything to that because that's already a positive 4. What cancels out a positive 4? A negative 4. So I'm just going to slide this one over. Plus 2y equals 22. Okay? So now I'm just going to combine my terms. Okay? So put the big plus sign, and now all I'm doing is combining my terms. Well, negative 4x plus 4x, that cancels out. Negative 10y plus 2y. Okay, we can draw our line like we normally do. So negative 2y plus 10y, that's going to be negative 8y. And then negative 62 plus 22 is going to be negative 40. Okay? So use your calculators if you're having issues with that. So now, remember, last step, how do I split up negative 8 and y? Divide by negative 8. And signs are very important. So negative 40 divided by negative 8, negative divided by negative, is going to be a positive. So I know y equals positive 5. Okay? So now what do I do? Okay? I've got my y, but I don't have x. Okay? So we're going to take our y and we're going to substitute it in to one of the original equations. So you can pick whichever one you want. I just picked the bottom one for this one. Okay? So now let's do this last part.
No.
So it's going to be 4x plus 2. And then remember, instead of y, I'm plugging in the 5 because I got y equals 5. And then equals 22. And like I say, I plugged it into this bottom equation. So I took y equals 5. I plugged it back into one of the originals. Okay? So now let's just work that out. So this is going to turn into a two-step equation. 4x plus 2 times 5 is 10 equals 22. So now it's just a two-step equation. Okay, so remember, that's the last thing I'll split up is 4 and x. So first I got to get rid of this plus 10. So what's the opposite of plus 10? Minus 10. So minus 10 on each side. I'm going to get that 4x equals 22 minus 10 is 12. And then again, last step, how do I split up 4 and x? I divide. I divide by 4. Divide by 4. I'm going to get that x equals 3. Okay, so I got x equals 3, y equals 5. Remember, we want to write our final answer as an ordered pair. Our final answer is 3, 5.